Today, I want to go over something so important for your pelvic health, and it's so basic: breathing. Breath is one of the most accessible ways to support your pelvic floor without any equipment needed. My name is Brittany. I'm a physical therapist. I help moms rebuild strength, regain confidence, and embrace motherhood with resilience. Here is your pelvic floor. It's made up of different bones and muscles. So you have your hip bones here on both sides. You got your muscles underneath, behind, and inside. Here's our bladder, fallopian tube, and rectum. And here's all your muscles in there. Pelvic floor relaxation and activation. So when you inhale through your nose, you send your breath down. When you inhale, you should feel your pelvic floor drop into the seat you're sitting on. When you exhale, you feel it gently lift away. This is important when you inhale to relax the pelvic floor. It helps with tension and lengthening those muscles. When you exhale, your pelvic floor contracts and it lifts to help support your bladder, your bowel, all that, along with your core to help stabilize. So that brings us to the diaphragm. The diaphragm, the abdominals, and the pelvic floor work together. So when you inhale, your diaphragm flattens, pushes down, and your pelvic floor relaxes. When you exhale, sending the air out of your mouth, your lungs can deflate, allowing the diaphragm to come up. So it's like this: when you inhale, the diaphragm flattens. When you exhale, send the air out of the lungs, the diaphragm can come up and contract. It's same with the pelvic floor. They work together. So when you inhale, pelvic floor drops, diaphragm goes down. When you exhale, pelvic floor comes up and diaphragm comes up. This coordinated movement helps support your core, your back, and your pelvic floor. So proper breathing regulates intra-abdominal pressure, which is critical for pelvic floor health. If you're holding your breath or breathing shallow, this can cause pressure in the system to get built up. This can cause your pelvic floor to get tight. And it can lead to things like incontinence, prolapse, or a hernia. This is vital if you are postpartum. This helps you reconnect with your pelvic floor and your abdomen following childbirth. Breathing correctly helps to increase circulation, relaxation, and healing of the pelvic floor, which helps reduce pain and tightness after having a baby. Proper breathing also helps build your core, and all of us mamas are always trying to strengthen our core. So as I said, shallow or rapid breathing could cause increased tension in the system. It's usually caused by stress. This diaphragmatic breathing, 360 breathing, helps relieve that stress. So now let's get into it. Okay, so when you inhale, you want to send your breath down. So you should feel your pelvic floor relax into the seat, ball, or wherever you're sitting, and your ribs expand out. So try it laying down. You're going to inhale. You're going to send your breath down towards your pelvic floor, expanding out into your ribs and down into your back. Now, if you're having trouble, you can place a band and place around your bra line where your ribs are. Lay down. You're going to pull up and try to breathe into your ribs. If that's still difficult for you, try it on your side. Lay down. Inhale. Expand. Less belly breathing because air likes the path of least resistance. As mama, least path of resistance is our bellies. So you're going to inhale, expand the ribs. Try and even get it into your back. Less belly. You still have some belly and pelvic floor dropping. So you're going to inhale into your back. So you can practice breathing throughout the day when you're breastfeeding, when you're holding baby, before you wake up and before you fall asleep at night. Practice the side breathing, the rib breathing. Practice inhaling and sending your breath towards your pelvic floor, relaxing everything. No chest breathing, none of this. Inhale, expand. Feel that 360 front, sides, back. And relax. These moments of breath work can help the pelvic floor be active without feeling overwhelmed. In order to see improvement, you have to be consistent. I encourage you to practice these breathing techniques regularly, and hopefully you see a change in your pelvic floor. So let me know how it goes in the comments.